Alright, we're recording. Let's see if this lasts. Um, Alright, all this is I'm just gonna be reading off this Facebook discussion I got involved in. I'm just gonna make comments and I'm gonna be recording it here and how it turns out. I'm gonna look at it and quickly delete it if it's so atrocious and it'll never come on YouTube again. Alright. This was sent by somebody who talked to fairly much on Facebook. Someone. We've gotten into political discussions, and we differ. So he puts things up, debate me, and I put things up, debate him, and we debate after we debated each other. And let's see, I'm going to refer to him as Nelly, and another guy as Penny. And at the top he writes, he's going to need it. Mr. George is a marked man, and underneath that he's got a picture of George Zimmerman, looking quite chubby, probably at one of his pre-trial hearings, and he had a lot of stress and eating a lot of food, and but that was okay. A lot of people were sending him money and everything. And next to him shows, I suppose, the gun he used to kill Trayvon Martin. Now, at the top it says, do you think George Zimmerman should get his gun back? Yes equals like. So you just press like, and 3 people liked it. And no equals comment. Everybody ignored that. If you're saying yes, no, you could just, you just could just be want to say something. And people got to say something. This actually started by somebody I had any contact with. He first started out saying he was found to be innocent of all charges, so yes, he should have his gun back. We've got a like there. Then after that, this is Penny. Now Penny I've had some interesting discussion on. Usually he insults me enough that I insult him, and then he says, this is enough of this, gentleman. Gave it away. Okay, just ignore that. But that's the ending. Anyways, he says, there's no question that he should get his pistol back. Then Nelly comes in and says he should trade that for one with higher capacity mags. Al Sharpton and his posse are not happy with Georgie Boy. And Penny says XD40 would be a good choice, assuming that's either a well-known or known between them type of gun magazine. And Nelly says, yes, it would. The guy we don't really care about, he came back in and says, with all due respect, but the Reverend Al Sharpton is one of the biggest racist, misspelled person ever. He makes everything a black or white think. Just saying. Quite well. He got a like on that. Nelly comes back and says, very true. Then Penny, the good Reverend Al and his media cronies, such a race baiter that Zimmerman can't even be Hispanic anyone. Okay. Such a race baiter that Zimmerman can't even be Hispanic anyone. The media has, there's a period there. Okay. The media has decreed that he is now a white guy. And as you can guess, that is part of the conversation that continues on. Of course, Penny gets a like, and he's so excited he jumps right back in. One of the gun forums, 24-hour campfire, or maybe the firing line, is taking up a collection to buy George Zimmerman a new handgun. Yes, send him money. Go right ahead. George deserves all your money. So send it all. Now, this is me being the fly in the ointment, but that's the part I play here and everything. And I guess the question is, putting it out there, maybe to myself, maybe, if I dare show this to a friend, hey, maybe I could even find a friend who'd be interested to hear me go on like this, and give me critical comments. So I progress, I grow, I step in, and I'm going to be quite honest with you. I'm going to tell you what I would have switched this to if I would have been the genius that nobody knows I am, and I would have improved it. Now, of course, I wanted to say something snarky, but I didn't say it right, and it sort of just came out eventually. Okay, it worked, but I didn't get that punch right in there. Now, what I should have said is that, well, you should make sure he gets all his property back, including the ammunition, one bullet at a time, And I said, just to piss off the overly sensitive, I say this. And I say, good, I've just, threw a bomb in, and let's see what happened. And Nellie comes pretty closely after that, says, I must be slow down, I don't get that. Well, it's a badly told joke, so of course you're going to refuse to get it. And I go on to explain a joke, which just ruins the joke, so that's why it goes. I say, well, isn't the ammunition also his property? And Nellie comes back, not sure if they will release the spent one, LOL. Now that is funny. That is funny. That is, yeah, I've gotten the bad joke you've told, and I've told even a better one. So I actually gave him a like and an LOL. Because I appreciate that, because I can't be doing all wrong if I can get jokes back like that. Alright. Okay, well, sort of took a pause there, and I said, okay, well, let's see if he's lurking about. Penny. And I said, okay, let's mock Mr. Penny. And this is what he said earlier, I said, regarding the media has decreed that he is now a white guy. I asked the question, why are his Peruvian genes a bigger deal than his German genes to Zimmerman supporters? Now, that's the type of question that if it's aimed at you, you really want to just turn it right back on them, because it is the question people don't want to answer, framed in a way if they answer it, they're going to, it just opens up the possibility. So, but it's pretty blatant, and it's just a shot across the bow, Yeah, it's like, show up, sucker. Okay, now it comes back and says, Obama is considered black. That's the way it is. That's all you have to say. Now, I got distracted, and I went, and I sort of like offered him a criticism on the other thing, but I missed a golden opportunity when he brought up Obama. I'll just see if you get it. I say back, okay, well, if I would make it a little longer, I'd add it if at the beginning, but I didn't say it. But I say, if Obama equals black, therefore Zimmerman equals Hispanic, question mark, not convinced, period. Alright? No, I don't think the issues we're talking about are determined by how you feel about a person, or if what they, if what is descriptive of them in one sense describes all of them. No, I don't. And I guess I make no apologies for not making my argument that apparent, but you get tired of the what they throw at you, so you just say, maybe we can combine this a different way. And what's great is he comes back and he says, birth certificate, driver's license. He's referring to the fact that they put your race on your birth certificate.
It's 1 o'clock.
And driver's license. And then he hits me, Helly comes with a question, what does his CPL say he is? That's, what the hell is that? Concealed permit license? Yeah, didn't know. Ended up looking up, and this is where it gets all jumbled because I'm looking this up and he's coming back. But I mean, he mentions Obama, and right after that he mentions birth certificate. Oh, God. It was just... Okay, anyways, I say, driver's license do not mention race anywhere in contemporary America. Now, I did some editing when this was going out, so I quickly added, okay, I'm not that sure, I hope I'm right. And then I asked, please kindly define CPL, concealed permit license. Nellie says, I stand corrected, firearm, registration, birth record, concealed pistol license. And then I responded like 2 seconds after that, concealed pistol license, just looked up. So proud of myself. And then I asked, do you think they put race on Florida documents like concealed permit licenses and driver's license? And then I quickly say, sorry about the editing afterwards. I was being quite anal and correcting all my spellings and everything. As the conversation gets going, my spelling goes to hell. I'll make a note of it because, that's just how things are. I criticize others, I should criticize some of my misspellings. Okay. Now he comes back and say, they do on federal firearm forms, which you had to fill out to purchase the weapon. Now we're just typing furiously, so we're sort of like missing each other here. And I say, I guess that's good to know. Why do you think they do that? This is threw the bait out there. That was the most innocuous thing. Yes, I'm going to talk about race and all the historical remnants in our system. Yeah, none of that really got across to him, So my question, if anyone would judge this, I would say, do you think, from what I do from here, I was really holding my own and trying to bring that idea up? I don't think it fully emerged. I don't think they understood it. I just had to be trying to explain myself to Nellie and to Penny and soon at the same time. So, and some things got mixed up, and I'll make a note of that. And, okay, now Nellie next says, Michigan CPL does not state race on it. Now he knows all this stuff, I won't say why, but he does. And I trust him. Not sure about Florida. No clue on your question. Do you know? Oh, God! A question that's not ignored, but acknowledged and then asked, what do I know? Here we go. And I said, I think it's another one of the many things that we have held on to in this country, I should say, because of the strength of the traditions that are entirely based on race. And I should have cut this part out, but I actually said that we still hold on to it. I'm being redundant. Oh well, bigger mistakes were made later. And sometimes some corrected. And they say, and these traditions that are entirely based on race, and we don't have a really good explanation for having them. Or thereabout. Okay, that's paraphrasing. Okay. Oh, so proud of it, and it was such a mess. Now, Nellie comes back and says, okay, I'm just being silly. I'm getting too lofty. And he says, I'm going to go with the government using it for data. Well, God bless you. I love how anybody uses the word data to just give them every theory I have that's related to, well, not every theory, but I'll pick up one and throw it out there. I said, yes, and that's And what is my benefit as a citizen in this government taking the time and expense doing this one thing that could be done so much better by other methods? Is it in any way accurate and relevant data, the way that it's collected? And I admit, I changed 2 words while you're typing, so please pay attention. I'm not trying to bamboozle you. And now it comes back and say, if you have an easier method to purchase firearms, let's hear it. Oh God, he's just asking me to give. I love it. Law-abiding citizens, including Zimmerman, would probably like that. Yeah, totally missed that. Law-abiding citizens. Yeah. What was that thing about that assault on a police officer? Oh, well that doesn't count. Or the time, the police had to come and break up the fight between him and his, what was his fiance or wife at the time? Whatever, girlfriend. Okay, old lady. All right. And to that, I reply, yes, it's called a federal gun registry. Oh, God, it was like driving a Mack truck right in it. Yeah. And of course, he comes right back. Breaking news, the feds already know when you purchase a firearm. I come back. Yes, but what I want them to collect more accurate and relevant data. That doesn't sound right. Yes, but I want them to collect more accurate and relevant data. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. So I want something better than the current system. Now it comes back, and I don't think the federal gun registry would be easier. Okay, thank you for your opinion. Well, I say we can prove it one way or another by actually doing it. If it's a mistake, we change the law. I'm doing so well, I'm thinking, oh, keep going. He comes back. If you have ever filled one out, okay, this is where he was planning to sneak one in there right after the other one, and I managed to squeeze mine in there, so he was referring to the last thing he said. He says, if you've ever filled out a CPL license, you would have noticed that they are very accurate and relevant. Okay, I'll admit it. Maybe I would have noticed more relevancy to it. And he says, and continues in another remark, no matter what law is put into effect, the criminal will not abide. That can't be charged. Oh, he's got this whole thing about the criminals, and it's like, he based so much of his worldview on what criminals do. And it's like, no, that's just how you see things. Alright. Now, I'm totally confused at this point. I read this now and I'm not even sure what the heck I was responding to, which comment, but I write, which is something that I may have an argument against. Might as well cross that out. I have no idea what I was talking about. And I get to the point where what about every one of these illegally held weapons? And because his message is flashing, I went, oh, you knew I was going there, didn't you? So, oh, well, that's awful. Anyways, I reply, you know what's going there. Oh, and I really begin to type furiously because I'm finally reacting to his little diss about me not ever filling out a CDL. I'm a pussy. Nope, I didn't quite do that. I had to type what I really wanted to say, and to be fair to him, we were just ignoring each other at this point, so we were just pumping it out. I said, current situation has the gun shell loophole. It's a real big hole, spelling big, of all things, the states individually have proven they cannot handle. And then I put in asterisks, feeling the loss of having never owned a firearm, I may need a moment. And after that, I said, just a minute, I had a BB gun. And then I said, I love that gun. And then he, we're finally, okay, we're getting everything out of it. He says, enforce the laws already in place. Yeah. repeat that cliche. God. Your enforce the laws already in place. Yeah, bullshit. Give me the laws that are, yeah. Give me the laws that's going to improve things like I want them improved. Okay? Well, I'm editorializing this. Illegal weapons would be hard to move. I won't debate that. You don't know what you're missing. Let me help you cross the fence on your gun issue. Because I had my little BB gun fantasy going there. I did love that gun, but I loved a lot of things that just, you know, it didn't save me from a lousy childhood, I'll tell you that. But I loved my BB gun, and I had that. Loved the other stuff too. But enough of that. Anyways, I said, sure, it would be nice to keep a shorter leash on those gun dealers, so they could be much less of of the illegally held weapons. And then Penny shows up. Penny was gone all this whole time when it was going on with Nellie. It just, either was lurking or, I baited him. He finally showed up, and he says, well, firstly, my name, I'm quite sure we will not mock Mr. Penny. I have no idea why he's referring to himself in the third person, except for that's usually a sign of a very self-involved person, and it would not surprise me that Penny would actually do that. With this little information, maybe we shouldn't be such judgment, but we'll go for it. Secondly, George Zimmerman considered himself to be Hispanic, which of course is his right. You have a right to call yourself Hispanic. I want to know where that's written down. See his voter registration, 4473. Ooh, that must mean something to somebody. It must be the gun thing. They're so into it. And love those numbers. It gives them little chubbies to memorize numbers of guns. The point is, the media took it upon themselves to identify the man only and always as white. Now, by the same logic, do they refer to Obamatron as our white president? Of course not. That would not be newsworthy, and Obama himself considered himself to be a black guy. Again, his right. I have no idea what you're talking about, you loser. So the question to you is the same. He's admitting the question he's about to ask is the same question I asked him. Help me here. Somebody go through here and tell me, where did he answer my question? No, this guy doesn't answer any question. That's beneath him. Questions to me would be verboten. It's taboo. He's never gonna fucking do it. But I'm gonna have my fun. Why is Zimmerman's white jeans so much more important to you? ... Paraphrasing my the question I had earlier, why is his Peruvian genes much more important than his German genes? So he didn't quite get it right, but he definitely wanted to get over and talk about white genes, so he brought that up. Okay. What the hell you are? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Well, I screw up too, so what the hell, who the hell do you think you are? Or something. And the media also seems to favor the man's white genes more than his Hispanic race. So why is that in your enlightened opinion? Oh, I love being mocked for giving the impression that I could be more enlightened than somebody else. Just law of averages. I've got to hit somebody who's less than enlightened than me, and I'm getting the feeling you might not be enlightened. Now, this all popped up, and I'm so excited that he's there. I need to say, hi, Bill. He goes, hi, Don. And, God forgive me, don't tell my mother I said this, but just to, fuck with him, I went kisses. And then I said, now I'll read. And Penny replied, "Oh yeah, most likely not, Don." Okay, so he rejected my kisses. Oh, crush. Now this I just say, okay, I'm now reading your stuff and I'm just going to pull stuff out. I'm going to quote you verbatim, tell me what I think about exactly things you said. And I said, things I disagree with wholeheartedly. Quoting him, the point is the media took it upon themselves to identify the man only and always as white. I just, basically, I wasn't going to play his game and I just attacked him for saying the media, the media, the media, the media, the media, the media. You know, give me a fucking break. You know, you're not going to pull that bullshit on me. And okay, and to answer you question, see, I'm not perfect. I could have said you're there. To answer your question, before you answer my complimentary, if not identical one, why is Zimmerman's white genes so much more important to you? ... There's no such things as white genes. Okay, I'll read some more. Immediately, I come back with quoting him again. The media also seems to favor the man's white genes more than the Hispanic race. And I'm typing a lot and leaving a lot of thoughts out, but basically I wanted to just say, in my personal experience, that most of what I hear being discussed is white privilege and hardly anything on white genes. In other words, you're an idiot for saying white genes. And please continue, and I will mock you more. Now, this is where it gets confusing, and it confused me because I basically, a little later, I say Penny said something that actually Nellie had said. So it gets messed up. That's what happens when you have more than two people arguing. You know, they think sometimes you think you remember them as saying something and it was the other person, or they're thinking you're responding to them. Anyway, this is where it just goes. The wheels start to fly off. Don, if you agree that the media is wrong, then what are you trying to get at? And I don't understand. What in the fuck would I make such a broad statement? I've never made a broad statement. No, that's their thinking. I couldn't do anything different than what they do. Just, different things. No, media all bad. But what I do that, what Penny makes a claim at is that what I would see as media that he listens to, I would classify as media, but he doesn't classify it as media. In fact, when you push him repeatedly, he finally says, I don't listen to mainstream media. Okay, but non-mainstream media is still media, you stupid fuck. And this is all what I'm thinking, but I would do really good in keeping the language out of here, and, until I say something that doesn't need any swear words to really be devastating. So, okay. I reply to Nellie's concern about since he thinks I agree the media is wrong. I don't know. I have no fucking idea when anything I said approximated something that could be converted to that after many years of translation, but okay, that's what he says. But I'm the one that he can't understand where I'm getting at. Okay, well, hey, maybe I'm not making much point either, but please, somebody tell me where I just made up something about these guys and what they said, just, written above, that can be easily checked. Anyways, I respond to his media question is, Fox is part of the media and I disagree with much what they propagandize about. So it's not possible that all media is good or all media is bad. But don't fucking use media and then just I'm going to be saying that, so I'll just get to it. And then I say, MSNBC insult in 1, 2, 3. And then Penny jumps in. You have me confused with someone else. Ooh, he's taking the front. He considers himself Hispanic. That's good for me. I'll consider him Hispanic too then. What? It's good for you, but then you have to consider it? You considering it is different than you thinking it's good for you. Frustrating. The media is who considers him as only a white guy. See, the media. They seem to only consider his European genetics. He's getting smarter. He's so sophisticated. He even capitalized European. So again, I will ask you why. You will again ask me the question that you're basing on my question. You're never going to get to how I first asked the question. Here's my response to that. Who is this monolithic media that I'm supposed to automatically disconnect from all the media? Well, I didn't put from in there. But disconnect from all the media you trust. Disconnect all the media you trust from. Oh boy, that's a jumble. Ugh, okay. I don't talk like you, so I don't accept. Which I spelled it accept, not accept. So, I just come off as a genius here. Anyways, I don't accept all your cliches. Nellie jumps in. I agree with Bill. Not sure what your argument is, Don. Fox News considers him Hispanic. The liberals, CNN, and MSNBC don't. Wow. Really? Alright. So, you can see that I'm annoyed. Let me just keep on. I am just perpetually annoyed by people who use absolutes like the media and aren't talking about all the media and their baseless accusations against media that they don't like. It's just bullshit. So don't do it in front of me, I'll call you on it. Ha ha ha. Nellie comes back. Zimmerman considers himself Hispanic. Documents show. Okay, not that he marked Hispanic, but he considers himself Hispanic. That was shown on a document. I really have a different view of reality than you do. Penny jumps in after all these attacks I've had on his stupid use of the media. He says, I trust no mainstream media. They are all hacks, agenda-driven propagandists, liars. The peoples are sheep who will gladly devour each and every shit sandwich in the media puts before them. Oh, we listened to Alex Jones. How precious. Fuckface. Let's see. I'm now ignoring Bill. I replied to Troy's mentioning about documents showing something, and I say, what documents show white privilege? I really want to know. And I really would like to know, because I think let's imagine these documents are documents in a court case, where the court case would show that stand your ground laws are inherently used against minorities by people who are in the power structure, who are mostly white. Even some of them are, oh my gosh, white and Hispanic. Wow. I also managed to get in there, and this is where I totally misunderstood. God knows who, what was I calling her? Nellie, yeah. Nellie or thought I was talking to him, or Penny thought I was talking to her, but I was trying to talk to Penny, and I actually responded to something to that Nellie said that was getting that confusing, and it said, yet you watch Fox enough to know they all call him Hispanic. In other words, I was saying, don't bullshit me, Fox you, fuck you. And Troy leaks back in the confused conversation. That's not what I stated. I don't remember claiming I was stating anything he stated. But anyways, I think that was my what documents show white privilege I really want to know. I really want to know. I try to respond really quickly to Nellie and say, I'm not talking about documents. I'm talking about those fascinating ideas behind the documents. Yeah, sometimes I just give up and just speak in the language I'm actually thinking. I know it's a major flaw, but sometimes you just got to be honest and let them shit all over you for being fancy. Anyways, Penny's back, and he just loads off on me. Don. Oh. Well, you pup. Okay. He addresses me. You are making assumptions about me. No, I was quoting you and making replies to those statements. I made no. I think they were all opinions. Yeah, I was not hiding them as anything else. They were not assumptions. They were opinions. As you make your guesses, you are inevitably wrong. Oh, thank you, Mr. Omniscient. The broad brush debate won't work here. Call me a racist isn't going to work. You'll have to think on your feet if you want to debate. The standard liberal tactic is not going to cut it. Me thinking on my feet, I say, no one called you a racist. Why did I do that? No one called him a fucking racist. And I think this is poetry. So use this. Use this as out there. This must be spread. But if you're ever in this situation and some whiny bitch goes on about calling me a racist isn't going to work, and it's one of those opportune moments where you have not called him a racist, do this. No one called you a racist. It must have been a recurrent thought in your head and that you can't shake. Damn it, I wanted to do that better. I'm not even sure if recurrent is the actual word. I think I just used it because I like the sound of it. I should have said recurring thought. Recurrent? Someday I'm going to check that out and then I'll know better. Anyways, right dramatic effect. No one called you a racist. It must have been a recurrent thought in your head that you can't shake. Cut up. Grasping his pearls, Penny says, sophomoric response. Juvenile, in fact. Good night, gentlemen. Well, I do like the gentleman. Thank you very much. It also loves sending you off in the huff. Now, so just tell me. There's no way this person I'm sort of like, I guess, quoting. I'm not absolutely sure, but yes, I think I did this with a quote by Larry the Cable Guy. And I said, like the great man said, I don't care what you say, that is funny. And that's where I left it at. Actually, I think everybody had left it before that. Then I was just tagging on and just giving myself a congratulatory slap on the back. So that's how it went. And that's the end of it. Thank you.